This college freshman is coming after NFL talk show host Pat McAfee for spreading a rumor that she claims ruined her life.
The rumor that she slept with her boyfriend's father.
This has practically ruined my life. It's awful. It's awful.
Fans are pissed off, storming Pat McAfee's TikTok page, demanding that he apologize to Mary-Kate Cornett.
Pat McAfee, ESPN. I'm not a public figure that you can go talk about on your show to get more views.
Pat McAfee has gained a lot of haters over the years who want him ousted from ESPN because of some of his controversial comments and guests.
People are thinking we're going to get kicked off ESPN this year already. People are already assuming that it's not going to work, it's not going to last.
McAfee has remained unscathed through it all, but this time it does appear different. Mary-Kate Cornett plans to sue McAfee and ESPN, and many legal experts think she can win.
Her lawyer says she's been defamed and is a victim of cyberbullying.
Sounds like she's got a pretty good case.
However, this is all dependent on the rumor about her and her boyfriend's dad being false.
The one defense, really, this is for Pat McAfee, he's being sued and ESPN, is that it's true. If it's true, automatic defense, no case.
You see, the rumor about Mary-Kate Cornett started in February on the popular college app Yik Yak, an anonymous messaging-based app used by some college students. The rumor then spread to X, and a post by the account Macageddon made this story go viral. It read, Mary-Kate Cornett goes viral for allegedly sleeping with her boyfriend's dad, and he still stayed with her. In the post, you see pictures of Mary-Kate Cornett, probably from her Instagram account, and her boyfriend together. Also, the boyfriend's dad's LinkedIn page with his real name posted there and the place he works for. This was all on this account, with this story going absolutely viral. Because of the absurd nature of this story, it immediately went viral on X, and it became a meme. It really became a meme. It got so bad that it became a meme coin. Yes, there is a Mary-Kate Cornett cryptocurrency meme coin that you can buy right now. As this story started to trend on X, you had the former NFL player, now popular meme poster on X, Antonio Brown, make a post about Mary-Kate Cornett. He put a picture of Shane Gillis, the comedian, and his girlfriend, and put Mary-Kate Cornett and her boyfriend's dad. And this post right here also went viral. You had a Barstool Sports employee, Jack Mack, also make a joke about the meme coin, saying, I'm up 200% on the Mary-Kate coin, not financial advice. And this post started to trend a lot. Big companies even started making jokes about this story. You had the popular trading prediction website Polymarket make a joke here about the Mary-Kate Cornett story. Will Mary-Kate Cornett break up with her boyfriend this week? What is the prediction? But the highest profile person and biggest platform to talk about this story was Pat McAfee on ESPN. The Pat McAfee show is meant to be comedic with a loose style, which has led to him getting in trouble. McAfee has even expressed concern about his show potentially getting canceled.
Because, Aaron started a war with Jimmy Kimmel on our show. Jimmy Kimmel, obviously ABC, let alone the COVID stuff, calling out Fauci on our show. There was a lot. The block got real hot.
McAfee mentions Rodgers because he has had some of his biggest controversies due to having Aaron Rodgers on his program. Personally, I agree with a lot of what Aaron Rodgers says on Pat McAfee's show, but there is no denying that it has created headlines and problems for the talk show host. Rodgers has always been critical of the vaccine and is a big fan of Robert F. Kennedy, who is now working with the Trump administration. Rodgers' weekly paid appearances on the Pat McAfee show has given him an opportunity to rip into Democratic Party pundits and representatives in the media. Most notably, he took shots at Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Like we learned, if science is Dr. Fauci, you're damn right I'm defying science.
Okay, that's on me.
The most viral incident is when Aaron Rodgers made a joke about the late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, where he said that Kimmel is afraid of the Epstein list being released.
This has something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like
That's supposed to be coming out soon. A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right.
Now, Jimmy Kimmel did start this because previously he had mocked Aaron Rodgers on his late night talk show and accused Rodgers of having CTE. But nonetheless, many people were critical of Aaron Rodgers because he basically did make a joke about Jimmy Kimmel being a diddler on McAfee's show. And afterwards, Jimmy Kimmel threatened to sue Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee. Lucky for them, nothing ever came of it. Jimmy Kimmel would not be the last Democratic Party pundit who was mocked on this show.
Keith Olbermann said that.
You love him, though.
Because you're not vaxxed, that's why it happened.
Yep. Get your 5th booster, Keith.
Keith Olbermann likely has never forgotten these jokes, and that is why he came after Pat McAfee when the talk show host found him in more trouble. McAfee on his program called Canada terrible because they booed the US national anthem during a WWE event.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's
Kinda sucks that it's in the terrible country of Canada that booed our national anthem.
Part of the reason they did boo the Star Spangled Banner is because they were upset about some of Donald J. Trump's tariffs that he was placing on Canada. And because Pat McAfee called Canada terrible, and he even clarified that it was just a joke and he's talking about the country, not the people, you had Keith Olbermann go on X and say that today is the day to fire Pat McAfee. Olbermann also referred to Pat McAfee as an idiot that draws ESPN into political controversy. But honestly, most of that is severely overblown. McAfee does do a good job of staying apolitical on his show, and nobody was really hurt by any of these comments. Nobody that was not a public figure, unlike recently. A year ago, outside of politics, McAfee made headlines when he referred to the WNBA star Caitlin Clark as a white. On the surface, that sounds like an insane headline. McAfee calls Caitlin Clark a white. I know it sounds wild, but he was defending her when he made these comments. This was during Caitlin Clark's rookie year when fans debated on whether other WNBA stars were jealous of her since she faced some tough taunting and personal fouls during games. McAfee was also responding to Caitlin Clark fan criticism from some WNBA pundits who say that fans only like Caitlin Clark because she's white.
Just call it for what it is. There's one white for the Indiana team who is a superstar. But instead, we have to hear people say that we only like her because she's white.
He later on apologized for his language in this video, but said he meant to be complimentary. And I have to agree, it makes sense when you know the full context of this clip. He just probably shouldn't have used that language. Pat McAfee has actually only been sued once in the entire history of the Pat McAfee show. He was sued by Brett Favre for slander when McAfee commented on the allegations surrounding Favre's involvement in a Mississippi welfare scandal. But Favre did drop his slander lawsuit towards McAfee when Pat basically retracted his comments from his show.
And I have no personal knowledge about any case involving Brett in Mississippi.
However, McAfee paid no cash settlement to Favre, so Favre likely had a weak case against him. Maybe it's because McAfee made sure to say allegedly.
There's one word I believe that was said often on this particular program if you were to watch it all, and that would be allegedly.
That's right.
Flash forward to 2025, McAfee's gonna hope that these words allegedly help get him out of the Mary-Kate Cornett situation. Because McAfee discussing the Mary-Kate Cornett rumors on his show is hands down the biggest mistake he has made in his show's history. So in February 2025, while discussing the quarterback draft prospect Jackson Dart with NFL insider Adam Schefter, McAfee made some side comments about the rumors surrounding Mary-Kate Cornett, since she does attend Ole Miss, the same school as Jackson Dart. He decided to joke about the incident because it was trending on X at this time. However, to be clear, McAfee did not mention her by name and made sure to say it was just allegations.
Have you heard about Ole Miss?
There's a menage a trois that is
Really captivating.
Boy, oh boy.
Some Ole Miss frat bro.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Had a KD girlfriend. Allegedly.
This is the story we know. Allegedly.
At this exact moment, this is what is being reported by everybody on the internet. Dad had with son's girlfriend. And then it was made public.
Although he did not say her name, people were able to connect the dots. She was trending on X, she was trending on Google, and Pat McAfee talking about the rumors in the views of Mary-Kate Cornett's camp helped give validity to these rumors, causing it to grow to an even greater extent. Mary-Kate made statements on Instagram denying the allegations and then dropped 2 bombshell interviews through the New York Times and also MSNBC where she called out Pat McAfee by name. The interview describes how her life got ruined, personal information about her getting released, private information like her phone number, her address. She was swatted, doxxed, cops were called to her home as a prank.
At 3 a.m. when I was throwing up while holding the phone with all of the texts on it, just saying how horrible of a person I was and that I should end my life. All because of an internet rumor that has zero truth to it. Zero.
She talks about how she receives threats through voicemail and text.
Thousands of calls come through, thousands of texts coming through, calling me a whore, calling me a slut, telling me I deserve to die.
Mary-Kate Cornett has denied the original rumor and allegation about her sleeping with her boyfriend's dad many times. During the interview, Mary-Kate Cornett describes how her family has been tormented, harassed, bullied, and her name is now indefinitely tied to that fake rumor. She makes an emotional plea during the interview to the viewer that McAfee and ESPN should have to pay for spreading this.
It's awful. And having your life ruined by people who have no idea who you are is the worst feeling in the world.
Because this is a civil lawsuit, Mary-Kate is just looking for compensation for damages. Will McAfee and ESPN be held liable? Defenders at McAfee's camp argue that he did not mention her by name and he said they were allegations. However, Mary-Kate's camp says this is a different situation, unlike the Brett Favre situation, because she is not a public figure. Pat McAfee, due to his platform and his credibility as an NFL journalist, elevated the story, which was not originally published on any mainstream outlet. Mary-Kate's lawyer has said about Pat McAfee that him saying quote unquote allegedly does not make him legally exempt. In my opinion, I predict that he and ESPN will settle with her for a sum of money to put this story in the past. But McAfee, who has already faced criticism from haters who want his show canceled, just gave himself another strike with ESPN because of this huge mistake. McAfee will likely now be walking on eggshells for the rest of his tenure at ESPN because one more incident could end his partnership with this network if they consider him too big of a liability.